We're doing something a little different today. We're actually fishing a power plant lake called Braidwood Lake. We're going to be targeting blues and flathead today and hopefully be able to pick up a few fish drift fishing. It's a little different than what we normally fish. This one's, the water's quite hot. We're on the cold side and the water's over 90 degrees. So the temperature's way up there compared to normal. Stay tuned and we'll see what we catch.
Braidwood Lake isn't your average fishing destination. Located just southwest of Chicago, this unique lake serves as a cooling pond for a nuclear power plant. Warm water discharge back into the lake creates a year-round fishery that's become legendary among Midwest anglers. Today, professional fishing guide and Navy veteran Dustin is taking on the challenge of unlocking its secrets in search of one thing: giant catfish. His primary target is the blue catfish, the largest catfish species in North America. These incredible fish can live for more than 20 years, grow well over 100 pounds, and are powerful open water predators known for their long, drag-screaming runs. Unlike many catfish that spend most of their time buried in heavy cover, blue catfish often roam channels and open water, constantly searching for schools of bait fish. But Braidwood is also home to another heavyweight, the flathead catfish. Flatheads are built differently. With broad, flattened heads and massive mouths, they're ambush predators that prefer to hide around submerged timber, rocky structure, and underwater ledges before exploding on unexpected prey. Unlike blue catfish, which readily feed on cut bait, trophy flatheads often prefer live fish, making them one of the most challenging freshwater predators to consistently target. Two different species, two completely different hunting styles. One lake, one mission. Find the giants that call Braidwood home.
I've seen 40 and 50 pound fish in different places caught out of this lake. I'm sure nobody's caught the biggest one out of here. You've got warm water, which is a proponent for fish growing year round. The shad, the biomass of the shad in this lake is through the roof. There are millions of shad in here. So it's like the perfect storm. They have an unlimited food supply. They have a longer growing season than the rest of the state, well, the northern part of the state. So honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if some of these lakes started to produce 80, 90 pound fish, you know. As fishermen in the past 15, 20 years, more people are starting to lean towards conservation. Not as many people are eating everything they catch. They're trying to raise that large group of fish for the next generation. I think it's not unreasonable for people to start catching, 40, 50 plus fish regularly, not just here and there. These planer boards, I really like this style. Alpha Boards makes these. They're the only ones I know of on the market that are foldable. So if I want to switch this from one side of the boat to the other, I can move this arm to the opposite side so I could run two off the left or two off the right or vice versa. So plus they fold nice for storage. I prefer Parks planer boards. These are a Parks planer board. I bought these from Twisted Cat Outdoors at one of their tournaments. These are a little simpler, but they're really rugged. They're lightweight. They're not as heavy as the Alpha boards, but the Alpha boards also, you can purchase a rechargeable LED light. So I have these in the boat because we had a tournament at Lake Clinton and we were dragging boards at night, and these were absolutely perfect for that. So essentially, you fold your board out or your arm out, and you wrap your line around it, and this will pull the bait away from the boat, it drives it, because this clip and this swivel will be in a straight line, and this will drive your bait out away from the boat and kind of help you cover more water that way. So essentially it's like a mini boat behind the boat that's helping keep the bait away from it. You just clip your swivel over that, and then with braid, these clips grab a little harder, so I twist the line a couple times. You pinch this open, slide your line in, and then you're good to go. Let that thing drag behind us a little bit, and then we'll close the bail.
We would love to give a big thank you to this week's sponsors, Porter's Outdoor Solutions, DNC Fishing Solutions, and Brick Road Media Productions.
My luck, we'll end up catching a 20 or 30 pounder on this thing because it's only got 12-pound line. Get the speed set on this thing.
So when you're setting the speed on trolling motor, like what is it that you're looking for? Give that breakdown.
So generally when I'm trolling for catfish, I don't troll over a mile an hour. If I troll on the river and there's a half mile an hour current, I'll do a half mile an hour faster than the current. But out here on the lakes, I try to stick around 0.9 or 1, somewhere around there. So the trolling motor, you can set the direction, and then it's also got a little speedometer icon, and I can set that to any speed I want to. I can go up more and I can go less, and that'll keep the boat at exactly the desired speed. Sometimes if you get a tailwind or a headwind, it'll slow you down a little, and it can throw you off. But if you've got a real bad tailwind, you can throw out a drift sock, and it'll help offset some of that wind pushing you around. Good eye.
What are some things that are important to you, some things that are must have for the boats?
So if you're gonna troll for catfish like this or do any kind of serious river fishing, you need a good set of rod holders. So I've got monster rod holders paired with some homemade rod trees I made. At the time, I didn't know what multi-bars was, so I just built my own. They're kind of similar. So I like to have those. You always got to have fish grippers, because some of the customers don't understand, you know, they're not serious fishermen. They don't understand if you drop a catfish, it's going to go in your foot, which I've had happen. So now I require everybody to use fish grippers just for the extra security. A cutting board is essential. If you're a big cat fisherman, you got to have a place to put some of your bigger pieces of bait and cut it. And a lot of guys will actually put a cooler under here, and they'll mount their cutting board right to the top of the cooler, which is a great idea. I wish I would have thought of that when I was building this, because I would have done it a little differently. But I had the seat pedestal there, and I knew I was never going to use that for a seat. So I just decided to put my cutting board on top of it. Obviously you want rods, you want to make sure you have all your tackle, a good net. And then one other thing a lot of people don't use, I'm a big proponent of this. If you do any kind of guiding or tournament fishing, I store pre-tied leaders in here. I just used my last one today, so I'm gonna have to tie some more. But you can tie different leaders in this and have, you know, one page you could have floats in line. Another page you could have, you know, 30-pound leaders for channel catfishing, or I've got 80-pound leaders for some of my bigger fish. And you just flip through the pages and find the one you want. It's less time in between bait in the water. You can get your bait back in the water faster that way.
I would never thought about using a regular binder.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. baits in the water, the longer you can keep baits in the water, the more successful you'll be catching fish.
With fresh bait in the water, now comes the hardest part, waiting. Every minute that passes is another opportunity for a giant blue or flathead catfish to move in. On a lake like Braidwood, everything can change in an instant, and when it does, you better be ready.
That's a fish. It's not a bad one either. Can't tell if it's a flathead or a blue. Ah, it's a blue. Not a bad one, he's probably 8 or 9 pounds. You can't beat these power plant lake catfish if you can find them. This is probably one of the better tasting fish in northern Illinois. We'll be right back with a word from our sponsors. I would say since starting the business, my confidence has gone like through the roof. I try to be a humble person, but I still can't believe some days how well this has taken off and how many people I have supporting me. I've been selling anchors all the way out to Virginia, Georgia, a couple in Texas, a bunch in Missouri, all over northern and central Illinois. So it's been a nice change that in my life I feel like something's actually paying off that I'm doing, and it's worth my effort putting into. You can go to dcfishingsolutions.net, and all of our powder coated inventory is in stock on the website.
After landing a healthy 9-pound blue catfish, Dustin decides it's time for a change of scenery. He moves to a shallower section of Braidwood Lake, beaching the boat to hold it steady. But beneath the calm surface lies a dramatic landscape. Once a coal mine, Braidwood underwater ledges can plunge from just 2 feet to more than 80 feet in a single drop.
When I'm pulling small whole shad like this, I try to go up under the head and right out through the top of the back. This will make it look as realistic as possible when it's dragging along. And this rattle really helps because this thing will, as it's moving, this will make noise underneath the water, and this will draw more fish in. That extra vibration and noise lets them know there's something there. That thing's snagged. Free meal. There you go. There you go. Didn't have to do what I thought I was gonna have to. This is a small fish, so I can tell. Tiny channel cat, that's why. Little tiny channel cat. I figured that might be what it was. They'll just destroy your bait, man. I don't mind catching channel cats, but when I'm after blues and you get the pesky little ones like that, it's really frustrating.
At Redbeard's Treasure Chest, we're building more than just another store. We're creating a place where the community can gather, explore, and discover something new every time they stop in. Whether you're headed to the lake, the golf course, the campground, or just out for a drive, we want Redbeard's to be a destination, a place where you can pick up the gear you need, find a unique treasure you weren't even expecting, swap fishing stories, get the latest word on what's biting, and spend a few minutes looking around. We're committed to supporting our community, welcoming visitors, and making every trip a little bit more fun. So come on in, look around, and see what treasures that you can uncover. We can't wait to welcome you to Redbeard's Treasure Chest.
I would say since starting the business, my confidence has gone like through the roof. I try to be a humble person, but I still can't believe some days how well this has taken off and how many people I have supporting me. I've been selling anchors all the way out to Virginia, Georgia, a couple in Texas, a bunch in Missouri, all over northern and central Illinois. So it's been a nice change that in my life I feel like something's actually paying off that I'm doing, and it's worth my effort putting into. You can go to dcfishingsolutions.net, and all of our powder coated inventory is in stock on the website.
Of course you can film it yourself, and you're probably going to film it with your iPhone, which is exactly what I'm filming this right now. But I'm going to do you one better. What happens if you have a buddy that's got a camera? It'll probably look a little something like this. Now this is a basic DSLR, and it probably looks pretty good, a little bit better than the cell phone, but notice how it sounds. This will work, you can definitely do this. But this is why you hire me. You already put in all the work for all the quality for your products. Now it's time to bring the quality to show it off the right way. Go ahead and send me a message today, brickroadmediaproductions.com. After pulling in a smaller channel catfish, Dustin decides it's time to make another move. Shoving off the bank, he begins trolling across one of the roughest and rockiest structures in Braidwood Lake. With underwater hazards and unpredictable terrain, this is a spot that can challenge even the most experienced anglers. But for this young pro, taking the risk is part of the hunt. And this time, the gamble is about to pay off.
It did pay off pulling through these rocks. My first flathead out of here. I figured the way he was staying down, it might have been. This boat turned. End up running into the bank. The wind's gonna push us right. This is my first flathead from Braidwood. I always hear about people catching flathead on cut bait and dragging baits. This is the first one for me, so make sure you guys like and subscribe to follow along.